Hey there, everybody. Reed here, conductor of Orchestra Farm, coming to you this beautiful Sunday. Wanted to chat with you today about tending and the art of tending. There's so many different ways to do different things, and what do I even mean by tending? Well, I tend to my children. They're still, one of them is quite young, and the other is getting a bit older, but that's life. Thankfully, they're going to keep getting older if we're lucky. And if we're fortunate, we're also tending to our elders. Those two extremes in life that can sometimes need a bit of extra care. And hopefully we're in a good place in our world to be able to offer that. I see self-care also directed in the form of earth care. To me, they're indistinguishable. And with that, there's an art to that tending of the earth, which is a lot different than, I'm going to have a production farm and make mad loot off of it. All the more power to you if you're doing that. But I, for one, am trying to do an experiment where it's more about this sense of tending and a sense of how can everything flourish together. I mean, you might see there's a heck of a lot of weeds over here. Oh, it's been a year, people. What can I say? Sometimes you can't get to everything, and sometimes the art of tending is about actually just being present. Like, with my kids, today I was pulling down all my dried garlic, and I was constantly being pulled away from the process. And my elder daughter was also able to help me for a bit, which was super great. And so that ability to offer encouragement, even if it's going to slow down maybe even a portion of the process, to outright halting things so that you can be present for them. Similarly, with elders, sometimes we want to just be going at our pace, and they require us to slow down a bit to be of assistance. Maybe they're not walking as quickly as they used to, or they need help getting to medical appointments. All kinds of things can take place that require care and tending. And the ability to be present for that is part of what makes the joys of life. And some of those joys are obviously difficult and challenging and seemingly terrible depending on what the state of health and wellness and all these things are happening. Similarly, with the earth, there's tending the soil. The soil is amazingly alive. There are so many organisms directly below my feet right now that I am standing upon. And my relation to how I'm standing upon them is part of that art of tending. The way that I weed different spaces or the way that I plant things is part of that art of tending. The intention I have behind any of those pieces is part of that art of tending. Sometimes slowing down and taking an extra breath rather than trying to race through weeding or planting or harvesting is really part of the slowing down, coming to hear the soft rustling of the wind through the plants. All the plants are communicating with us and with all the other pieces of life if we choose to soften ourselves enough to listen and hear that. All of this is part of the art of tending. They'll tell you what they need if we listen well enough. And it's that ability to slow down, to soften, to create porosity in our beings, to allow those different frequency sets to come through. Like this year, I saw all of this still happening now. Thistle going to seed. You can see it right there. Oh, geez. That's not going to be good next year. But maybe that is good. Maybe I need the medicine of thistle. I don't know what thistle's medicine really is, to be quite honest. But I feel like it's showing up in a big way right now. It's got a lot of spikiness. I feel like there's a lot of spikiness in the world. Things wanting to jab me. And I don't always want to get jabbed, Sometimes I just want to be able to walk through the world and be like, oh, it's so easeful and graceful. where I live, there's not too many stinging bugs or animals or reptiles or any number of the other things that can sting us. But sometimes we need those uncomfortable moments to take place. Sometimes it's not always comfortable tending, but being in the uncomfortability is often where a lot of growth takes place, both for the ones being tended and the ones tending. How can you be soft enough to be present for all the beings in your life that you're tending, so that we're not just quickly racing them through one experience to the next without having that pause for consideration, for being able to process through what's just happened or what's in the process of happening, to offer encouragement. Like with the little ones, they don't just get up and start walking right away. They usually fall down a whole bunch. And the ability to cheer them on, even when they fall down, is part of the art of tending. The ability to be present for the grief of our elders and ourselves as the inevitable death of this life takes place, whether that be ecologically speaking or anthroposophically speaking. Anthroposophically? Well, that's another topic for another day. But anthropologically speaking, the age of the human is not going to be the last age of Earth. Earth is an evolving space, and we're not the penultimate creature here, although your mythologies might have you believe such. How do we breathe through that? How do we tend to those moments to allow the grace that is naturally present to come through? All of this is part of the art of tending. What rituals in your life do you enact to be present with all of these different aspects, with all the different beings that you're tending? Whether they're beings that need to be, taken out of a space because they don't necessarily belong there. Not every plant is part of every guild. Not every insect is something that we want there. But there's usually some other animal or creature that will come around and be part of the life cycle. The life cycle also has eating in it, which is another way of saying death. And I personally am not fearing death all that much. I think it's an important piece of life, even though I'm terrible this year with my blueberries. Look at how these guys are just suffering terrible with all of their red leaves because I have not gotten around to bringing in pine needles to help them have the acidic soil type that they flourish in. Failing. It's sometimes part of the deal. And to really witness those moments so that we can take heed of what we're hearing from them. Like, I am definitely hearing them say, bring in the pine needles, we need to change this up over here so we can thrive again and flourish. I'm not sure what my elders need right now. Sometimes I'm not sure what my children need. Sometimes I'm not sure what my friends need. And in those moments, I gotta quiet my mind, take some extra breaths, enter into the different meditation practices that I have so that all the distractions that are going on, and there's plenty of those, can just kind of fade away and allow my softness to open to the porosity of receiving the information that is coming from each of them. Because in another regard, they're all telling me pretty clearly what they need when I'm able to listen. And I could give you some examples, but that's actually what a little course that I like to offer is all about. I call it the art of tending. Maybe you can enjoy it someday. Maybe in person. Wouldn't that be spectacular? And if not, I'm going to work out a way to offer that virtually. In the meantime, if you could like and subscribe, comment on this. How do you tend in your world? What are the main beings that you're tending to? Do you have a garden? Do you have an instrument that you're tending to? Children? Elders in your life? Maybe you tend to a school. Maybe you have a business that you tend to. Oh, there's a hummingbird over there in the mallow. That's amazing. Sometimes, you put one thing in place just so some other creatures can come in and appreciate it. Like if you've got a business or whatever, it's your clients and the clientele that come through that are being served by your tending. And if you stop tending it, yeah, you know what's going to happen. You're going to go out of business. You're not going to be able to tend that one anymore. Anyway, I hope this makes you think a little bit, makes you feel a bunch, and that you have too much fun. Because seriously, no matter like what the emotions that are coming through, it in actuality is a lot of fun. That to me is why we're here. That's my perspective anyway. You probably have a different one. That's good. Tell me your perspective. Love to hear about it. Check out bendingreeds.com to learn more about me and the different work that I'm up to. Until next time, have too much fun.